Greeting HMC friends, and may I take this opportunity to wish you a very blessed Easter. And may the peace of our risen Lord be yours today. Today I pick up in John's Gospel, chapter 20, and reading from verse 10. Then the disciples went back to their homes, but Mary stood outside the tomb crying. As she wept, she bent over to look into the tomb and saw two angels in white, seated where Jesus' body had been, one at the head and the other at the foot. They asked her, "Woman, why are you crying?" "They have taken my Lord away," she said, "and I don't know where they have put him." At this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but she did not realize it was Jesus. "Woman," he said, "why are you crying? Who is it you're looking for?" Thinking he was the gardener, she said, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will get him." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned towards him and cried out in Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said, "Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet returned to the Father. Go instead to my brothers and tell them, I am returning to God, your God, to my God, your Lord." Mary of Magdala went to the disciples with the news, "I have seen the Lord." And she told them that he had said these things to her. And this is the word of God for the people of God. And thanks be to God. If I'm very honest, this Easter certainly doesn't feel like Easter. The events of these last 7 days are etched deep into what we are experiencing at the moment. Some of us still not even having water. Others no electricity or water. And others who have completely lost their homes. The devastation seems to talk louder. I even heard a lovely little clip of the Easter Bunny saying that he couldn't deliver Easter eggs in the garden because it's too wet. But he was making a plan inside the house. And if we think that this Easter is difficult, we begin to have a sense of what it was like for those disciples and the people who loved Jesus, because it wasn't meant to turn out the way it did. That was deeply etched in their minds, what they had witnessed there at Calvary. The denials, the trial, the pain. All they sought was for a bit of peace. And what I would like us to notice this morning is that as Mary was there at the tomb, she looked into the tomb. And even as she looked into the place where death and finality was well signatured, God sent angels to say, "I point you in a different direction." And John is completely clear. It's when she turned around. It's when she stopped looking in the tomb and looked away from the tomb into the garden that she was to see Jesus. There was a complete turnaround of being able to look in a different direction. And even as she changed that direction and began to look, she still didn't understand. She thought that was the gardener. And it was only in moments after that Jesus became real to her. And so this Easter, whilst we face this incredible devastation, as we continue to have more rain, let's turn our eyes upon Jesus. Let's look in God's direction. And even as we do, we may not be recognizing God's hand at the moment. But like Mary, the moment will come where we'll be able to say, I saw God amongst this. And so this Easter, may we have a new insight that the risen Lord is indeed with us. That as we turn away and then we look to God, we will find resurrection. And so God bless. Take care and enjoy those Easter bunnies, those Easter eggs the Easter bunny may leave. God bless.